Hey guys, welcome back to T Chill Silver and Such. This week I want to go over the silver and gold price as it pertains to the US dollar and kind of what it's doing right now. It's kind of in an odd position because as of today, we're seeing the US dollar go down a bit, but silver has kind of gone down as well. So, and normally, whenever we have the dollar going down, silver's going up, and whenever we have the dollar going up, silver's going down, and gold does the same thing pretty much. But it's been weird in the last few weeks. We've seen multiple times where silver has been going up or down, and the dollar is following suit, which does not normally happen. That's kind of a strange coincidence there. But I wanted to show these charts here, and you can find these on SD Bullion. You can find them on Kitco. I mean, there's all kinds of places you can find these charts. And the thing that I want to do is to go through each one and look at it based on the US dollar and show you guys how in tune these numbers are. And you can honestly just follow the dollar, value up or down to tell you when you should start buying or selling, or not selling, but buying or holding gold and silver. So let's look at these charts together, and I just want to go through them real quick. These are accessible to anybody, so you can go find these at any time, day or night, and figure out when you want to buy and how much you would like to buy at that time. If the dollar's really tanking, really going down a good bit, it's probably a good sign that silver is going to rise a good bit. If the silver is doing, if the dollar is doing pretty well and it's actually on the rise, then that might tell you that, hey, silver is going to have a dip. Maybe right now is the time to buy. So let's look at this real quick. I'm going to go to silver, the silver tab here. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then this shows us the up and down rises and falls of silver throughout the last year. So if you look here, back in September of 2022, we were sitting at 1954 an ounce. It fell a little bit and then fell a little bit more. So it looked like the very bottom was 1839 an ounce there. So we came up, we had a good little spike right there in October. Came back down to under 20, down to 18 again, right? Just a week or so later. And then it really, really rose over that next, 6 months or so, probably about another 6 or 7 months. Then we had a little bit of a dip, another big rise, and then it kind of leveled out. And that's kind of where we are now. But you can see a couple peaks in between there. And that tells me that the dollar probably, died down a good bit in those peak times. And then when you see the valleys, dollar came back up. So let's overlay. If we look over here on the left, you see these little boxes. You can actually pick parts of the stock market or crude oil, but let's choose the US dollar and look at that overlay. So if we look at this, you can tell if you go to the very beginning again, when silver was low, so down when it was at 1839, the dollar was at 114.11, and it was in positive. But look at as the dollar comes down, silver goes up, and then have a cross point right there. And so every peak you see on the silver side, you'll see a negative peak on the opposite side of the dollar. So, and whenever the US dollar starts to get a little bit closer to zero or to going positive, you'll see silver come down. So that big valley we see in silver right there we see a pretty good increase in value of the US dollar. So it went up. It went from 24.05 all the way down to $20.04 an ounce for silver, and that went from the dollar being 101.22 up to 105.66. So you see the difference there and how that affects it. So then from 105.66, the dollar dropped again down to 101.21, and that's when we see a huge jump in silver. It goes up to $26 an ounce. So, I mean, this is a good correlation. And as you can see, for every peak on the silver side and every valley on the silver side, you'll have an opposite peak and valley on the dollar side, just in the negative direction. And so, like, let's just say we're looking at gold instead of silver, you will see the same exact thing. Let's take the dollar off, the dollar overlay, and let's swap to gold. So you see gold here, same thing. We have some peaks, we have some valleys. Of course, you know, a year ago it was 1675, and now we're sitting at 1943. So you see there's a valley at the beginning, and then a good little peak, then a little bit of a valley, another peak, and it kind of levels out with peaks, some small peaks and valleys in between. If you overlay the dollar on that, you'll see that it kind of looks the same way that the dollar and silver did. So when the dollar goes up, gold goes down. When gold goes up, the dollar goes down. And they almost look identical. They're just opposite of each other. So like where we saw that where the dollar was 101.22, gold is at a peak of 1953. When the dollar goes up to 105.62, gold is at 1813.97. So long story short, and I know these numbers can be kind of confusing just to look at and to try to follow these charts by, you know, someone else doing it. But I highly encourage you guys to go and take a look at this and follow these charts and just keep these in mind before you buy, or like when you're thinking, oh, I think I'm going to buy in the next couple weeks or so. Just look at what the trend is doing, because this is almost a science to how the dollar and precious metals react with each other. I mean, it's been this way for forever. I mean, and there's only a couple times that it's actually been the opposite, in that silver and gold were rising or falling at the same time that the dollar was. But it's almost, I would say I'm 99% confident that if the dollar is falling in value, that silver or gold will be rising in value, and vice versa. So that's really all I wanted to cover today, guys. I want you guys to be in the know and to know when to buy, know when to hold, and to have an informed opinion on what you do with your gold and silver. This is a big time opportunity right now. I feel like we're going to have a good dip soon to where we can actually buy gold and silver at really good prices, and we're not going to have crazy premiums. Premiums have been dropping over the last couple months. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you this, and I wanted to get this out so that people know there are places you can go to find this information. You just got to know the right place to look. But I appreciate you guys so very much. We've hit our 400 subscriber goal. I've added the 4th ounce of silver to the giveaway. So please just keep liking, commenting, subscribing, and we'll make that 10 ounce goal our 1,000 subscriber goal, and then I'll send those 10 ounces out to 10 lucky winners. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I hope you're having an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.